Sir, officer, can I pick it up from the national studio?
Here today, ladies and gentlemen, to discuss about India's readiness to host the biennial youth competition. It leaves on the human's life. Initiatives like the Court Education and the Kick Off the Dream Football Carnival has touched so many lives in a positive way.
Keep press, very good. You're not only a photographer, I see you're a technician. Excellent. Well, first of all, thank you very much, and thank you all also for being here. I remember back in 2015, 16, 17, the huge interest of the media, and you were very strong partners of FIFA and the Federation in the delivery of the World Cup. As it was mentioned before, 2017 was not only very successful. I think I can proudly say that it was the best ever under-17 men's World Cup that we ever had. And like that is in the memories of everyone back at FIFA, of the huge success that we had with this tournament and the impact that we left in the country and in the footballing hearts of the people here in India. Obviously, this was extremely important for us, that this success of this tournament, and gave us great hope to repeat a similar success in the women's game in India. I think there is, obviously, we all know, a lot of work to do for women's football in India, but we are on the right path. There are some very good initiatives from the Federation, and I'm sure that the President and the Secretary General now will take this task with a lot of strength, because we need to give the girls and the women in this country the opportunity to play football, to make a sport, make out of it their hobby, their living, their passion. And this Under-17 Women's World Cup, we hope, is the spark that really ignites this passion in all Indian footballing hearts, and very especially in all the girls from all over the nation. So we are doing the best we can, together with the local organizing committee and the Federation, to really bring an unforgettable and amazing experience of football, of women's football, to this country. And not only to this country, because as you know, the tournament will be broadcasted in over 140 countries from all over the world. So it will be a testimony of the passion for football and for sport in India, as well as for the interest from the government in women's sport and the dedication to it. When I was meeting the sports minister, we shared one common passion, which is to bring kids to the world of sport, to help educate them through sport. And it's a shared target that we set ourselves together with the Federation and the local organizing committee, to bring this education, coaching and training to all the girls in the country. So as you see, our expectations are very, very high, and we hope to comply them and to really, and obviously with the help of all the media representatives, to bring this tournament to the world and to India.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for highlighting that for all of us. And your thoughts, what will be your thoughts on the magnitude of this tournament? And, when we talk about football in India and how it can inspire young women.
Thank you, Miss. And thanks, Mr. Jaime, for being with us. And this is second consecutive Under-17 FIFA tournament India is going to host and organize. As you rightly said, Government of India under the leadership of Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi, our main focus is to develop youth and women empowerment. So when we talk about youth football, when we had it in 2017, and that was a youth development, and now when we are talking about FIFA Women Under-17, that means we are talking about women empowerment. I am fully confident that these girls, myself and Dr. Prabhakaran, Secretary General, we met last week, them in Bhubaneswar. I saw them very confident, and their body language was good, positive, and they all feel, they carry their honor and pride, and the way they represent from Haryana, Manipur, and other parts of this country. We feel that it's a message. It's a message to the globe. It's a message to the world. As you said, this tournament will be broadcasted to nearly 140 countries. That's what Mr. Haime said. And it is 140, so similar with India, because India is also having 1.4 billion population, So 140 country and 1.4 billion nation will be, this message will go there, those countries. And, to organize this kind of tournament, I also would like to thank LOC, the way they have been working hard night and day. I've been, receiving reports from them, and there are issues with untimely rain. There are the issues with whether or not this stadium infrastructure will be completed. So we traveled and we met a couple of chief ministers where these tournaments are going to be held. And gladly and thankfully, all are on time, all infrastructure work has been completed. I also want to thank NTPC and Power Grid, and so the Power Minister of Union Government, Honorable R.K. Singh ji, and under the leadership of, again, Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, the way they have come forward and supported this women development program. And football, that it is not a sport, it's passion. It's passion, it's living, it's life, it's war without weapon. So it's like your nation pride, you take it to the global level. So it's true, Indian women has long way to go, and we are not thinking only under 17, and this is not our target only, that under 17, no, we have long way to go. This is just beginning of a big journey, and we are definitely thinking that Indian women will be Asian Championship sooner or later, and this team will do extremely well. That is what I think, this tournament is going to make difference in India and for Indians.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir. With this, we also keep our fingers crossed. I have a question for Dr. Prabhakaran. Sir, you've attended the legacy initiatives of the LOC Referee Education Scholarship Program, and you certainly are aware of the Coach Education Scholarship Program, which helped nearly 400 women achieve their coaching certifications. Could you please throw some light on this tournament, on the impact this tournament has been having on the landscape of women's football in terms of increasing participation and representation?
Thank you. Every tournament must have a strong legacy, and great to see that FIFA and AIFF working together to put a strong legacy. And I've been to the coach education program, referee education program. It's really incredible to see the number of girls' participation there, because until we empower these girls, these women, we will not be touching in the way the World Cup should be. Therefore, it's rightly planned. Thanks to FIFA for all the support, and we won't be, sitting idle. We can assure FIFA that the landscape is only going to grow. Our vision is that women's football should be #1 sport for women's sport in India, and that's the vision we are going to work. And this initiatives will only get bigger, stronger, with the support of the government, with the support of all the stakeholders, because we would like to see more and more women taking a charge, not only as a coach, not only as referee, but as also administrator, running the club, running the associations. So we need to see, and this is a fabulous opportunity. India is hosting Under 17 World Cup, an historic moment for all of us, and I'm sure this will leave legacies, and we will make India proud. And I also like to take this opportunity to thank the Government of India, the Ministry of Sports, especially for all the support, proactive support. They are in a way proactively checking with us what we have to do, what is there we have to do, like that, I have never experienced, and this is the change, and that's why we see, a new energy in the whole sporting industry in India, and I'm sure, this will leave a legacy where, we will create some record, definitely, but record is not important. The important is how we take, women's to dream bigger through this World Cup. And those women who will be taking part in whatever way form, some are the players, some are going to be volunteers, some are working in the World Cup. They all will be our ambassadors for women's football, and that is what we would want to leave the legacy, to make the country stronger. And ultimately, as our president mentioned, we would like to see our women's win Asian Championship and play in the World Cup, the Senior World Cup. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. So Orissa has been one of the key destinations of sports in India. And in fact, its capital, Bhubaneswar, is often dubbed as the sports capital of India. Odisha also being a host state of the tournament, there is close association with the FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup. The various editions of the ISL, I-League, Santosh Trophy and other age group as well as state AIFF tournaments.
The tournament from 2017 is recognized inside FIFA as the best under-17 that we had in history, both from an organizational perspective as well as from a success in terms of public. So obviously, while there is a way to go, we realize as FIFA that India would be a very good destination for further tournaments in the future. And we hope that together with the new management of the federation also, there will be a big effort done to keep on developing football as it's been done until now. And I'm sure that India will host further tournaments in the years to come. And at the end of this tournament, we will be celebrating another huge success with a FIFA World Cup in this country. So yes, the answer is yes, basically.
Hi, sir. This is Taposh Bhattacharya from Doordarshan. This question is to Kalyan, sir. Is there any plan to have more such FIFA tournaments or FIFA-backed tournaments in the country? We have seen earlier that there is a lot of interest for football and FIFA tournament. Are you guys planning to bid for some bigger tournaments?
Thank you, Taposh. Yes, of course, as Mr. Jaime said and complimented Government of India and Football Federation of India. And that is the reason, after successful organization of Under-17 Boys World Cup, we got the Girls World Cup now. We are in talks with FIFA. In fact, on 11th, we'll be meeting Secretary General of FIFA in Bhubaneswar with the AIFF entire office bearers and executive committee members. We are also in discussion for how we can increase the number of international matches for our boys and girls national teams. And so that, more you play, more you make mistakes, then you come out of the fear and then you started winning the games. This has been challenge for our national teams because we used to get very minimum number of international matches. Sometimes it is you just go and play the competition and you make a single mistake, then you are out of the competition. Just to avoid those, so that we are AIFF will definitely organize some of the FIFA friendlies, which are officially there. AIFF will, under the guidelines of FIFA, will create some tri-nation tournaments where India plays with two other overseas teams, either it is in India or in their home ground. And you see that this tri-nation tournament you play, that there are chances you get six matches to play. Thereafter, top 2 will play final. And how it used to happen for cricket, how we have seen in Sharjah, Dubai, and it is more you play international matches. So we have to see that what FIFA allows, supports, and cooperates, and how much is possible within under the guidelines of this. And yes, of course, All India Football Federation will create as many as international exposure matches for the boys and girls national teams.
Hi, I'm Karishma from Times Now. A question for Kalyan sir and Shaji sir. So what is going to be the way forward for women in football in India? You yourself have said that Under-17 World Cup is a stepping stone. But what is going to happen after that, and what is going to be the future for women in football?
See, for any sport, any player, you need to have regular championships, regular tournaments. If you just, with the support of national supporters, sponsors, co-sponsors who are here, and if we only focus for one Under-17 tournament, which is going to held in this month, and then over. Again, after 4 years later, if we get another tournament, then again we all come together. So then maybe we are not going to the right direction. What we have to do, we have to create more Indian women leagues, more Indian championships. That could be knockout, that could be league, and more matches these girls play, and more girls will be motivated to play. Secondly, also whether they can earn living through football or not. Today, thankfully, any men player, football player, he plays football, he can earn his living through football. But can women do the same? So to remove the disparity, so we have decided that the honorarium for the national match fees should be equal for the men footballer and the women footballer. And so then the number of tournaments, maybe you'll be glad to know that as it is Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, 75 years, and under the leadership of Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, we are going to have 75 matches. 75 women matches, it is going to be several 30 cities. So this is how you encourage, you motivate, you create opportunities for more and more girls to play football. And once they started playing football, we'll see collectively how we can create employment, how we can create a professional system through for women footballers. So that's the question. That's the answer for your question. It will be implemented. We have decided. And definitely, there are several things need to be done, and you wish to do. But again, so how you get the resources, so that mathematics need to be, done. So I'm sure with the support of several like-minded people here who are representing several corporates, I'm sure we'll find a way forward so that we can remove the disparity between men and women footballers, so they can earn equally whenever they play for national teams.
Sir, you touched upon the topic of women's league. Can you shed some more light on that?
Yeah, as I said, that there will be 75 matches to celebrate Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. So there will be 75 women football matches. Thereafter, there will be regular calendar for the women league. So it can be a 3 months calendar, 4 months calendar. We have to understand the feasibility. We have to understand the availability of the number of teams. So when we get all those reports, and thereafter we come with a calendar that the women league can go for 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, something like that.
We are open to the final 2 questions for the day. And then again, a humble request to keep it to the tournament since it's just 3 days away. We just want to...
No, we are very lucky that we have such an able LOC members. Before we find it challenging, that LOC has, tackled those challenges. So we feel that, and also we are thankful to the FIFA tournament director, as and when required, they came up with their technical support. Their experiences was very valuable to us. Yes, of course, as I mentioned earlier in my speech, that, because of untimely rain, there are certain civil works could not completed within due course of time. So therefore, it was delayed for a couple of weeks, but I think that was the only challenge to fight against the nature. Otherwise, I think India, in general, and All India Football Federation per se, are equipped, experienced, and confident enough to organize any level of international tournament on the soil of India.
If one final question, if anyone. Think that's the. I think I'll take that as no. Thank you so much.